problem. So you can just record the session.
Mhm.
So here we have a purchase invoice of 100,000 and we have a advance of 100,000. If we just go for the purchase line item, we can just notice that our reconciliation account is 100,500, and if we just see the second line item, that is the special line item, we can just see the reconciliation account is 200,150. Now we can just see if we want to clear these two entries, 1 lakh with 1 lakh. So if you want to adjust your advance with the purchase invoice, so both the line item should be in the same GL. So for that, what we will do, we'll just transfer this amount from our special reconciliation account to the normal reconciliation account. So how we can ensure that that will go to the normal reconciliation account 100/500? That is the reason yesterday we have mapped our 200/150 advance GL to the normal GL, that is 100/500. Whenever we just transfer any amount, so the amount will go to only 100/500 account only. So here if we do that, it is saying that there is a transaction code to transfer the advance amount from your special GL to normal GL. So it is F-54. So here we will just use transaction code F-54, press enter button. Now it will just give, just observe the document type. So this time we got the document type KA, which means that when we just adjust the advance, so the system will give you a line item, and that line item will have the document type. It would be KA. So that document type would be KA. So after that we need to just settle this KA with the KR. So we'll just see. Now here you can just see it will ask for the vendor number. So our vendor number is 100,821, and just remove the invoice number and then click on the process down payment. There is a button, process down payment. So just click on this button. Now here the system will just ask you how much amount you want to transfer. I want to transfer full amount, but I can also transfer some part of it. So here we are just transferring the full amount. Now just click on save option and then press enter button. System will just give you the transaction. It would be just give the narration or text as being advanced adjusted. Now if you just overview the entry, so here we have the vendor account to vendor account. What does it mean? It means that the balance for your special GL indicator was earlier debit, but now it has been credited. So if you just see the posting key, it is coming as 39A. So this is the special GL, this is the special reconciliation account. If you just from this account, the system has just minus 100,000. Earlier it was debit, it was having a debit balance. Now it is having the credit balance. So the net effect would be 0. Now here we can just see our normal reconciliation account. Earlier we have the credit balance, but now here we will have the debit balance. So this is how we will just clear this entry. Now just click on post button. So after this transfer from the special reconciliation to normal reconciliation, what we will see, again you need to just go to the FBL1 and just see your vendor line item. What we will see, you will see if there is any special GL transaction left. So just click on execute button. No. So there is no special GL transaction left. Where that special GL transaction has gone, so that has become now normal transaction. So if you just click on execute for the normal line item, system will just start showing you 1 lakh 1 lakh. Now this time again we can just observe the reconciliation account for both these line items. So first we can just go to the KR and it will just show you the reconciliation account as 100/500. Next time we can just go to the KA. So from where this KA has come, so this is the purchase adjustment which we have done. If you remember earlier when we have posted the purchase invoice, system has given us the document type KZ, and when we have just transfer this amount from the advance reconciliation account to or advance GL to normal GL, so system has just created system has given a new line item, and this line item is having the document type KA. Now this KA will be knocked off with the KR. Now for the clearing of these two entries, so what we can do, we can go to the next step. It is for the clearing of transaction. We have transaction we have the T code F-44. So we can just follow this T code F-44, press enter button. So for which vendor you want to clear the line item? For the vendor 100 to 1, I want to clear the line item. Click on the process open item. System will just show you all the line item, but we can just select the relevant one. So here you can just remove 80,000, 1 lakh 30,000. So you can just see the amount, not assigned amount, has become 0, which means that we will be able to clear the entry. So just click on post button. After that we can just, so here we have just got the clearing document 31. After that again we can just go to the FBL 1N and we can just observe the line item for the vendor. So this time you will not find the line item 100,000 as the open line item. You can just see that would have been cleared by the system. So here we will be able to see them, these two line item under the cleared item list. So here this is how we will just adjust a advance payment. So this is the full amount we have adjusted. For example, if the advance amount is less than or more than the purchase invoice, so how you will do it? So for that again what we will do, we'll just go to the advance. So for the advance payment we have transaction code F-48, and here we can just make the entry advance payment entry. So let's suppose the document type is KZ, and once again we have the vendor A21, and this is the special GL indicator. We just select as A. Select the down payment. Select the A as a down payment on the current asset. Then account number we have, it is 200 of 100. Business area Ericsson. This time I am taking the amount as 200,000, being purchase, sorry, being advance payment to the vendor. Advance pay to the vendor. Amount is asterisk. Business area once again Ericsson, and text plus overview the entry, and then you can just post this entry. Again this entry will be shown as advance payment, and it will just shown, and it will be shown under the special reconciliation account. So we can just go to the FBL 1N. For our vendor we can just check the all line item, or we can only check the normal line item. So it will just show you 80 and 130, and if we just check the all line item, special and normal, so it will just show you 200,000 as A, that is the advance payment. Now here you can just see we have the balance of 10,000. So here we have two invoices, 80,000 and 1,30,000. So this is the outstanding we have, and this is the advance payment we have already made. So the balance is coming as 10,000. So here we have, so here we have, it is saying that we have to make, we have to just adjust this advance. Along with this adjustment of advance, we have to make a payment of 10,000 more. So how we will do it? So for that, once again what we will do, we'll just transfer the balance. So here you can just observe the reconciliation account from 200 150 reconciliation account to normal reconciliation account, where we have 80,000 and 1,30,000. So it is 100 500. We can just check the another line item 1,30,000. So you can just see the reconciliation account is 100 500. Now for the transfer of advance from special account to normal account, we have the transaction code F-54. We'll use this transaction code. The document date is today's date, and vendor number is 100A21. So just remove the reference invoice and then click on once again process the down payment. So here you can just see the amount is coming as 2 lakh. So here we can just enter the amount as 2 lakh, and then click on save option, press enter button. So again system will just show you the line item, it is vendor to vendor. So this is the advance adjustment we have made. Now overview the line item, and once again, and then click on save option. Now here we need to just go to the FBL 1N, and we can just see the system has now started showing you. If we just deselect the special line item, or okay, let's suppose we just want to see any special line item we have, no. Then if we want to see the normal line item only, we can just see system has just shown you the amount as 200,000, which we can just knock off with 130 and 80. But if we want to knock off this amount with 1 lakh 30 and 80, we need 10,000 more. So for that, what we can do, we can just have a payment of 10,000, so that we can just make through F-53, and through that we can just we will be able to clear all these entries. So here this time we will again have the bank account as 200 100, business area erection, amount as 10,000 only, and being being payment to the vendor, and here this is the account number 100A21. Then click on process line item. So you can just see the not assigned amount is 0, which means that we will be able to clear this entry. So just click on save option. So this is the advanced adjustment, and this is the old line item. Now along with this new 10,000 payment line item, we will be able to clear all these entries. If once again you will just see the vendor line item, you will not see any of the any outstanding line item. So all those line items would have been cleared by a system. We can just see under the cleared item list. So you can just see we have the, according to date, we can just sort, select the date, and here we have the ascending descending order. We can just sort it. For example, we want the latest date on the top. So here we have the amount as 2 lakh 10,000, then 2 lakh. So this is the amount we have just adjusted. Okay. So if we just uh, go to the clearing document, hello.
Hello? Yes,
Yeah, actually, yeah, sorry, that connection got down. Now I am
yeah.
audible.
Yes, you can. I can hear you now.
Okay, Moses, are you there? Okay, fine. Actually, here, if we just, we were just checking the line item. If we just see the clearing document, so we have the clearing document 400,012. What is that? So this is the document we have received from our payment document. It is 400,012. Now this is the last payment we have made, and through this we have also taken our advance payment line item, then our purchase line item 1,30,000, 80,000. So this is how we have cleared the entry. So this is how we can just clear the, or we can just process our advance payment. So this is how we can just process the advance payments for our vendor. Now the next type of payment we have, it is the automatic payment program, and it is also called APP. So this is important for the interview point. Actually, in the interview, you may be asked the process how you can just execute the automatic payment program. What is the configuration we follow for the automatic payment program? So both of these things we should know. So first of all, we just see the configuration, then we'll just go to the execution. So before doing the configuration for the automatic payment program, so we have also some theory to discuss. So I'll just take you to the theory first. So for the under the account payable, you will find a PPT with the name automatic payment program. So here we can just see it is saying that under the automatic payment program, we can using this program we can configure the system to print the checks, payment advice, and payment summary for the due invoices of the due vendor. So as of now, what we have been doing, we have been making the payment manually payment. We were just we have been doing. Now the same payment we can just get it processed through the automatic payment program. So we don't need to check which invoice is due, which invoice is not due. So automatically system will find the due invoices, and automatically whatever the payment method we have chosen, so accordingly your vendor will be paid. So as here it is mentioned that it is showing that we can just print the checks payment advice. So are you aware what is the payment advice? Actually payment
No.
advice for hmm.
I said no.
Okay, okay. So for example, you need to just do a payment to a vendor, and there are 8 line items. So you have made the payment for 5 line item, and you have just sent him a check. Now how he will come to know that for which 5 invoices you have made that check, or you have just made that payment through the check. So you will also send along a detail that these are the 5 line item against which I have just issued a check for the payment. So here this payment advice will have the detail regarding the payment document amount. So if any cash discount would be there, so system will also show you the gross amount, net amount in the payment advice. So system will just print along with the checks. System will also print your payment advice, payment summary. So payment summary is the internal document which we can just share with the bank. So accordingly, the bank will just process the payment for our checks. So it will have the house bank and ID, some other detail, and to which vendor we need to just process the payment, or bank need to process the payment. Then here it is saying that we can just issued all these documents to the automatic payment program, and here it is also showing example that let's suppose to the automatic payment program, if we have 1000 vendor in our company, so this program will be not doing, we will not executing every day. So this is done on a weekly basis or fortnightly basis or monthly basis, depending on the requirement of the process of the client. So normally we just execute it, we just run it on a weekly basis. So for example, every Monday or every Friday, if I need to just make the payment for my vendor, so this Friday, if I'm just making the payment for my vendor, so it is not necessary that all the 1000 vendor will come, or their payment will come as a due line item. So what we can do, so the system will find the system will find that there are 1000 vendor. Now out of these 1000 vendor, only 200 vendors are those who are due as on the date of executing the payment program. So we have in this 200 vendors, we have one of the vendors, and the name of the vendors is XYZ. So he has the total outstanding invoices with us. Uh, it is, these are 25, but those invoices which are getting due in this cycle, so these are only 10. These are only 10. So So accordingly, the system will just make the payment of 10 invoices. So what about the rest of the invoices? So the rest of the invoices system will consider in the next cycle, because these are not due as on the date of executing the payment program. Then it is saying that we can configure the different payment methods. So there are different payment methods through which we can just process the payment for our vendor. So it could be check, bank transfer, wire transfer. Then it is saying that we have a concept of paying company code and sending company code in the automatic payment program. What is that? It is saying that there is a process in a company where we follow the centralized procurement or centralized payment. So for example, if we have 10 company code, but we have given a responsibility, or we have just given a job of procuring the material only to one company code, so he would be procuring the material and he would be just sending across that material to rest of the company code. So, and likewise, we have given a responsibility to do the payment for all the vendors of all company codes to one company. So the company code would be doing the payment on the behalf of some other company codes. Now, in this case, for example, if that company code is making the payment on the behalf of other company code, so that company code which is making the payment, so that is called sending company code. And on the behalf of the company code, let's suppose B, A company code is doing the payment, so that B company code is called paying company code. In this example also, we have company code 1 and 2. So company code 1 is making the payment to the vendor on the behalf of company code 2. So company code 2 will be considered as paying company code, and A would be your sending company code. Then here these are the four steps we follow for the execution of the automatic payment program. So these are important from the interview perspective. These are asked in the interview. What are the steps we follow for the execution of the automatic payment program? We have to answer these steps in sequence only. So we have first maintain parameter, schedule proposal, then payment program and print program. So one by one, if we just go through all these four steps, first it is saying that maintain parameter. First of all, we need to just give the information to the system that to whom we are making the payment, for which company code we are making the payment, what payment method we follow, what should be the next payment run date. What do you mean by the next payment run date? For example, today is the 27th. Now I will be making the payment on 5th of November. Now, all those invoices which are getting due as on day 27, so all will be paid by the or considered by the system for the payment. But what about those invoices which would be due from 28th to 4th of November? So if we will not do the payment for these invoices, so there is a possibility that these get overdue, and there is also a possibility that if we are just getting a discount just making the payment, if we have such terms of payment with the vendor, so if we just do the payment on these dates from 28th to 4th of November, if we just made the payment, so we will just also get the cash discount. So if we will be doing the payment on 5th of November, so we may lose that discount. So how we can just how we can just resolve this problem? So for that, this is the reason we just mention the next date. So if we just mention the next date as 5th of November, what the system will do? System will just find out all those invoices which would get due till 5th of November, and on which we will be getting the discount. So system will just consider all those invoices and consider for the payment. So in that batch only, system will just process the payment for those invoices. Then we have the vendor. We can just give the range for a vendor to whom we want to make the payment through the automatic payment program. Then we have step number 2, schedule proposal. So it is saying that based on the parameter you have entered, system identifies the vendor who have become due as on the date of executing the payment program, and for each vendor, for every vendor, it is saying that the system will just identify only those invoices which have due as on the date of executing the payment program. And then it is saying that this is called proposal. So the proposal is nothing but a list of vendors, and it is saying that this proposal we can display before the payment. We can change this proposal, and we can delete this proposal as well. So in the change option, it is saying that you can just change the house bank ID. You can block a payment also, and you can also yeah, we can just make the changes. We can just change the house bank, and we can just block the invoice also. Then it is saying that after that we will have the payment program. So this is third step. After this, all the accounting entry will get affected. Your bank account will get affected because we have made the payment in this step. So here it is saying that once the proposal will be verified and authorized by the designated person, so the user will go for the automatic payment program. As a result, following accounting entry will be effective. So it is saying that all your vendor line item for which the payment has been done or the checks have been printed, so those line item would be clear. So we'll find that those line item for which we have just processed the check or processed the payment, so the line item will get cleared. Your vendor line item will get cleared. Then it is saying that the vendor reconciliation of balance will also get updated. Then GL will also get updated. Your check register will also get updated. Your vendor balance will also get updated, and we will just get the payment document. So in this step, we just get the payment document. What are these payment documents? We will just get the we will just get the checks, payment advice, and payment summary. So all these payment documents we can just get them printed. So for the printing of these documents, we will just go for the step number 4, where it will just print the checks, payment advice, payment summary, and checks. So here these were the steps we have for the automatic payment program. Now to just configure these steps, or to just make these steps possible, we need to just configure the automatic payment program in the system, and for that we can just follow the transaction code. It is FBZP. So here with the help of this FBZP, we can just find all the steps in the single screen. So here if we just process FBZP, you can just see there are 6 steps we have, and in the interview sometimes these steps are also asked. So we need to just remember these steps in the sequence only. And if we just see, it is saying that first we have all company code, then we have paying company code, then we have the payment method in country, payment method in company code, bank determination, and house bank. So how we can remember it? So we can just see that first 2 steps are related to the company code, the next 2 are related to the payment method, and last 2 are related to the bank. Now it is saying that first we can just go to the all company code, click on this, and here we can just click on the new entry button. So it is asking for the company code. So our company code is Ericsson, and here it is asking for the sending and paying company code. So here we don't have any sending company code, let it be Ericsson only. So we can just enter the same company code for sending and paying. Then it is saying that if you want to do the process the payment according to your business area, system will make the payment business area wise. Then here, as I just shared with you, if let's suppose we have the date 5th November on which we have some invoices on which we may get the discount. So in that case, system will just consider the maximum cash discount, and then click on save option. Press enter button. Now with this, we will just go to the next entry or next step, paying company code. So just go to the paying company code and then click on the new entry button once again, and this time again it is asking for the paying company code. So our paying company code is Ericsson, what is the minimum amount you want to process. For example, the minimum amount I want to process it is $100. So here you can just see the currency is coming as ZAR, so it will automatically get replaced. Now here it is saying that if you want to just give the incoming and outgoing amount as 100, so you can just mention here $100. Now press enter button, automatically USD will come. So here the amount has become USD. Now it is saying that you can just go to the forms and attach some forms, so that when we just post payment, we can see them, we can just print them. So here which form you will attach. So here there is a form given in the practice material also. You can copy paste, or we can take it from the system also. So here form for the payment advice, press F4 option. Otherwise, in the real scenario, these forms are not made by the functional consultant, FI consultant. These are given by the BAP consultant. For example, here we don't have the BAP consultant. We can just get it from the system also. So here it is saying that you need to just go to the payment advice. So this is the payment advice node. So just click on this. So here you can just get the form in the multiple languages also. So for example, if I go with the English language, so just double click on this. It is F110 underscore IN underscore ABS. So the form which we have in the British hotel, it is F110 underscore D underscore ABS. Why it is so? So this is the form for the country Germany, and this is applicable for all company code international standard we have. Now just go to the sender detail. So for this form, for this payment advice form, what is the text you want? So for example, I want the text to be standard ST, and here what is the header and footer information we want to enter for this form. So I want to enter the standard information, that is F underscore triple zero F underscore triple zero one underscore header, and then we have the same information for the footer and same information for the sender. Now in the real scenario, all this information, header, footer and sender information, will be given by the, once again, a wrapper. Now we can just save this information and then go back. Then we can just go to the step number 3, payment method in country. So just click on this button. Now here we have to just set up the payment method according to the country. So we can just give the ID for our payment method up to the from our alphabet A to Z, and from our digit 1 to 0, and we can also take the special characters. So here you can just see for the country US, we have already used dollar, then a percent, then we have the close bracket star, then we have slash, and we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is equal to at the rate. Then we have already used A, B, C, D and so on. So we can just try if we can just take some other ID as a payment method for the country US. So let it be K. We can just check with K if that could be created as a payment method. And here we can just give the description that this is the payment method we want, and the payment method is checked. We want for our company code Ericsson. Now here it will be applicable for the outgoing payment. So this payment method would be for the outgoing payment method, for the outgoing payments. And here it is saying that the payment method classification. So here we can just select the check, and if we just make the payment, which document type we get the document type KZ. So that the same document type you can just mention, clearing document type you can just mention as KZ, and then go back, or just go scroll down. So here we have the payment medium term. So under this payment medium term, we have the two options. We can use our own payment medium workbench, or we can use the standard one that has been given by the system. So we use the standard one only. So under the standard, we can just give the program name. So the program name could be RFFUS underscore C, and the name of the data set, you can just take any name. Let it be test 1, and then click on execute button, or Ericsson one, you can just take it and just click on save option. It is saying that with the K we have already defined a payment method. You have to take some other name. Let it be M. So with M we don't have any payment method. So we can just save this payment method for the country US with M. So just click on save option, press enter button, and after that it is saying that we can just follow step number 3, or we can just go back. I think we are following step number 4. We have done step number 3, that is payment method in country. Now we can just go to the payment method in company code, where we give the information regarding our payment method according to the country, according to the company code Ericsson. So for this time we can just click on the new entry, and we can just give the company code as Ericsson, and for that we can just say that okay, we have the payment method, it is M, and what is the minimum amount under this uh, information. So we can just give the amount. So the payment method for your company code Ericsson, you can just mention the minimum and maximum amount. So the minimum amount is 100, maximum amount is 9999, and here we have the grouping of line items. So here it is saying that if you want the system to do the payment, to issue a single check for the multiple line items which are outstanding, which are due as on the date of executing the payment program. So we can just select this checkbox for the grouping, and if you want those line items to be issued, or the checks should be issued by the system or will be printed by the system according to the due dates of your payment advice of your payment. For example, we have total 10 invoices for a vendor as on the date of executing the payment program. Now for these 10 invoices we have 3 invoices due on 20th of November, and then we have 5 invoices due on 25th of November, 25th of October. So we have, before that we have 3 invoices due on 20th of October, and the rest of the 2 invoices we have due on 27th of October. So how the system will just make the payment? In this way system will just make the payment. System will just issue 3 checks. So first due for those line items which are getting due on 20th, and then uh, system will just issue a second check for 10 invoices due on uh, 25th, and the last 2 invoices make again a check, and those would be for those invoices due on 27th. Now here under the company code payment method we can also give the form data. Click on form data. This time it is asking for the payment medium. Our payment medium is check. So for the check payment medium, just press F4 option. Again we can just select the, we can just go to the international option, and we can just select the check medium. So here we can just select the check medium. So it is with the language English. So the system will just give you a code as, or format as F110 underscore prenum check. So if you are not able to get it, so you can just also, you can just take it from the practice material once again. Then we have, let's suppose you want something to write on the check. So let's suppose here we can just write the company Ericsson. This is the payment department. So this I want the system to write on the check. Now just click on save option and press enter button, then go back. Then it is saying that you can just click on the bank determination. Click on bank determination. Now here we can just according to the company code, so we can just set the bank determination from which bank we want to process the amount, how much amount it is, and through which account it will be processed. So all that information we can set up under the bank determination. So here in our case, let's suppose if we just go to the company code Ericsson, select this company code, and on the left side you have been given the bank selection. Under that you have the ranking order, bank account, available amount. So first of all we'll just go to the ranking order, give the ranking for our method. So method is M, payment method is M, currency is USD. Rank we will give 1 to which house bank. If we have multiple, then we can just prioritize. We can just select the Citibank or whatever the bank you want to just select as rank 1. You can just take it. Now just click on save option and you can just go to the next option, that is the bank account. So just double click on this. You can also select from which account you want to get the payment process first. So for example, for my house bank City B, so we have the payment method M, currency in the USD, and we have the account ID as city C. So from the city C, the payment will be considered first, and what is the GL? So GL is 200,101. Yeah, this is your outgoing payment GL. So just click on save option, click on save option, then double click on the available amount, and then click on new entry. Again, system will ask you your house bank as city B, account ID as city C, and for how many days. So let's suppose the maximum number of days we have been given as 999 days. So for these number of days, the amount will be the considered for the outgoing payment method. It would be this much. If you want to increase, decrease accordingly, you can do it. So just click on save option, click on save option, and with this we have just set up the bank determination. Now we can just we can just go out from the step number 5 and we can just go to the step number 6. That is the last step we have, that is the house bank. Now we can just ensure the GL should be there. So here for the company code Ericsson, so if we have the house bank city B, account ID city C, so for that account ID we can ensure that the GL should be there and it should be correct, because the payment would be processed accordingly from your outgoing payment GL. Then here it is saying that there are steps again starting from the creation of the house bank. So if you want to create a new house bank, so you can just go for the creation of a new house bank, and accordingly you can just give the priority. You can just give the bank determination for that house bank. You can just give the priority second, or just give the detail for your house bank and ID accordingly. And it is saying that whatever the payment method you have created, so you can just assign that payment method in your vendor master record under the step number 9. So this we will be doing tomorrow. Okay, so step number 9 we have, so this we will do tomorrow. So if you have any query, you can just let me know on today's session. Manasa, you have anything to ask?
No, Jitesh, I'm good.
Moses, are you there? Thank you, Manasa. Moses, are you there? Okay, no problem. Okay, so with this we just conclude today's class. Okay, let's meet on tomorrow, right? Same time. Okay.
Yeah,
Actually,
6:30, right?
this would be this would be 7:30. Actually, it would be for this week only. So from next week we will be able to take it as 8 o'clock. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.